Okay, guys, so I'm out in Giant City State Park, and it is mushroom season. We just got a ton of rain, and it's pretty hot out, and so this is the perfect time for mushrooms, at least summer mushrooms. And this is one of the best summer mushrooms. This is a smooth chanterelle, and chanterelles are pretty obvious because they're pretty orange or yellow, and the gills. See, the gills, they kind of go all the way down the stem. That's how you know it's a chanterelle, and they are really good food. I'm probably gonna cook this. Maybe I'll leave it, spread the spores around. But yeah, they're really good food. Here's a really cool one that's not the greatest food, but it's beautiful. Okay, I don't know exactly what kind of species of mushroom this is, but it is some kind of bolete. And let me just pick it. They are beautiful. Look at all those pores. And those are all the spores come out of. And they're just a beautiful mushroom. Oh my gosh. How lovely. Sometimes, oh, it's kind of spongy. It's a weird texture. Sometimes these mushrooms will bleed a different color. Let's see if we can break it open. Nope, just kind of yellow on the inside. Yellow and mushy. But yeah, bolete. How pretty. Yeah, quick tip when you're out in the woods, always look for ticks. This is a deer tick, I believe. Okay, so quick little thing about fungi. So fungi are all the mushrooms and molds and stuff. All of those are all considered fungi. And the mushroom part is actually just like the fruiting part. So think of when an apple tree makes an apple. The apple would be equivalent to the mushroom. But then all of the rest of the organism lives under the dirt, under the soil, or inside of dead trees and stuff like that. And it's not really a single thing. It's more of a network of these little tiny filaments, and they go every direction. And it's it's crazy. But yeah, all mushrooms live most of their lives as the little network stuff called mycelium. Not a fungus, but this is a cool plant called jewelweed. It's flowering all over the place this time of year in wooded areas. But yeah, jewelweed, really pretty flower. Ha. Okay, so I don't know what this. I'd never seen this mushroom before, but it is apparently called a dingy twiggy, something like that. I don't know. It's funny looking though. It's super tiny. Speaking of mushrooms, fungi too. These are called lichen, and they're actually a mix between an algae and a fungus. So it's actually two different species coexisting in the same body. Oh yeah, it is still getting to the end of raspberry season, but yeah, don't mind if I do. This little butterfly is some kind of fritillary. How cute. This plant right here is cool. See, it's got all these different color leaves. This is sassafras. It's a good used to make sarsaparilla and root beer. Well, it used to, not anymore. But traditional recipes used to use this. And when you crush it up, it smells like Fruit Loops. How weird is that? Okay, so this tree is a good example of a good tree to talk about when we're talking about mushrooms. This is a chestnut tree. And chestnut trees used to be all throughout North America until this fungus from Asia came over here and wiped out all the chestnuts, called the chestnut blight. And so now we have very, very, very few chestnuts out in the wild. And this one is actually one of the Chinese chestnuts, which it grew up in China with the chestnut blight, And so doesn't get very much affected by that. The American chestnuts, however, have no resistance to the chestnut blight. So they die right away. But I think there's some people who are trying to, there are some species of chestnut, American chestnut, that are resistant to it. And so they're trying to spread those populations now. But yeah, this is the chinkapin chestnut. Look how cool those seeds are. Just walk along the trail and look at this little group of bonnet mushrooms. All that white stuff there, that is all a fungus. And I think that's mostly mycelium. And then the fruiting parts are down there. And then look at this. Little tiny red chanterelle. I think it's called a red chanterelle. Some kind of chanterelle. Look how pretty and bright it is. Okay, so, oh, butterfly. So this place I'm at right now is called Hutchins Creek. And it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, there's all kinds of fishies here. But look at this little toad I found. Hey there, buddy. How are you? Oh my gosh, you're a little baby. Okay, I don't know if you can see them, but all these little things, these are all little tiny crayfish. And they are everywhere over here. Oh my gosh. Look at all these fish too. They're just coming right up to me, pecking at my little leg hairs. Okay, so I just looked up this mushroom, and it said it's in the genus called milk caps. So, check it. Yeah, well, look at those gills. Look how pretty that is. But since it's in the milk cap Lactoflores, let's see if we can break it open and see if it's milky. Yeah, look at that. It's got that like white sap coming out of it. Okay, so I'm just sitting down on the ground right here, and it's just like smells like mushrooms everywhere, and it's just the most wonderful smell in the world. Here is this really cool bolete I just found, and it is huge. So apparently this is called an ornate stemmed bolete. You know, and just for comparison, you know, that's my hand. This thing's like super spongy, and yeah, super cool. Oh, I think there's some more over there. Look like they're starting to rot away a little bit though. Here's another good cluster of these milk caps. You know, and this is a perfect environment for these mushrooms because there's all, oh, look at that little guy. Almost missed him. All of this leaf litter right here, if you dig down, it just, you know, the whole layer keeping in all that moisture. And, you know, fungi, for them to fruit, they need lots of moisture, lots of water. And so this is a perfect environment, this forested, very nice, well-kept forest. Right next to the creek. Hope this is public land. Hope I'm not trespassing. Oh, look, it's raining a little bit. Okay, so I'm kind of a mushroom noob. I don't know anything about mushrooms. Well, I'm learning. I know a lot more about plants and animals than mushrooms. But, yeah, so everything I'm learning right now is just from this app that's kind of trying to identify them. So I don't know if they're like totally accurate, but that little orange one I showed you was, it says it's called a wax cap. It's in the genus wax cap. And yeah, here's a cool other cluster of them I found. Found another patch of these smooth chanterelles. Can I focus? Yep, found another patch of these smooth chanterelles. And they're really cool because, you know, they're pretty easy to see. Because they're like bright orange. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of them around here. Ooh, look at this little beetle. They got some long legs. Look at all those spikes on there. Great for grabbing onto stuff. But I just found some more mushrooms. Where are they? Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. Look how cute these are. Okay. I think this is a slime mold. Take a look at that. Look at all that texture. Pardon the airplane flying over me, but look at all that texture. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of slime mold. And then over here on the stick, over here is, look at all this stuff. It's turkey tail maybe? Whoops. Rotting log is not very thick. Yeah, oh yeah, you can see all of the mycelium in there. So basically, the mushroom has taken over this entire stick. And it is almost all mushroom now. And then now that it's got super waterlogged, that it's starting to fruit. And you see all those little other ones out there too. Ooh, okay, so I just looked it up, and you can kind of see a little bit of purple edges. Apparently this is called violet tooth polypore. And as it gets bigger, those purple are just going to become more and more pronounced. It's going to become a very purple mushroom. Ah, mushrooms are so cool. Okay, so I wasn't going to take any of these mushrooms home, but look at all of them. Yeah, I don't think I can help myself. I already picked a few. Okay, I think I got all that I can eat by myself. I got one, they're mostly smooth chanterelle, but I got that one red chanterelle right there too. Okay, and then before I leave here, look at all these. And they're called pinewood ginger tails. Look how cute they are. Oh my god, I just went swimming. My microphone probably doesn't work, but look at this guy. Gal. Focus. Okay guys, so now I'm at SIU now. Just been riding the scooter. Things are super fun. But I just found this cool fungus that I've been wanting to see for a really long time, but I've never seen before. Until now. Okay, so I believe this is called a coral fungus. Coral mushroom. Look how intricate that is. And you know, it's not that big, but it's really cool looking. OMG. Okay, so I am at this place called Brush Hill Preserve. It's one of the Okay, so I'm at this trail in Carbondale called the Brush Hill Preserve, and I just found this mushroom, and I'm so sorry, I cannot remember what it is called, but I've never seen one this small and so fresh and like white and stuff, because when they get big, they look like a tree stump or like a big pile of poo or like someone threw up. It's like just a kind of a gross looking, weird, huge, thick mushroom. And so it's just weird seeing it so small and clean. Okay, here is another weird jelly-like fungus. Yeah, it's super squishy and slimy. And this is another cool thing to show here, that fungi grow, at least the mushrooms grow so fast that they pretty much just like grow around things when they're growing. And so it's pretty much just like growing, it's not feeding on these leaves, but just like growing around them. Just because, yeah, it's just spreading so quickly. Okay, yeah, I'm back at Brush Hill Preserve. Different day though. And I found this little hickory nut with this itty bitty little mushroom in it. How cool is that? But back right where I found it. Okay, so dead logs are a great place to look for fungi. And you know, I saw this huge big log here. I'm like, oh my gosh, there has to be some fungi here. And I see at least 4 different species. Here we have some, these are called false turkey tails, which means they're just not turkey tails, but they look like turkey tails. Turkey tails, like, you know, they kind of look like a turkey tail, but they're not. And then have some more little wood something or other. Over here. Got a slime mold coming up here. And then I think I saw some more down here. Oh, yep. These little guys are called puffballs. In the fall, when they're done like ripening, you can squeeze them and they like shoot out a whole bunch of spores, which are pretty cool. They're also pretty closely related to the giant puffball, which doesn't grow too much around here, but like up by Chicago grows a ton. And they are huge. They're like mushrooms that look like about the size of a volleyball. And they kind of look like a volleyball too. So another thing about those puffballs, one way they get the spores get dispersed, you need to squeeze them. But if there's no people around, whenever a raindrop hits it and it goes poof. I'll show you a picture right here, what they look like. This is a golden milk cap fungus, according to iNaturalist. Okay, I just found one of my favorite flowers around here, and it is so cool. And this is the first time I've seen it up close this year, and I'm super excited. So this is And we're gonna wait for the bike to go by. So this is purple passion flower. If you have ever had a passion flower drink or a passion fruit drink, this is the plant it comes from. These wild, wavy looking purple flowers with this really cool stamen and anther right there. And then they make passion fruit, which is this like cool, it's kind of like a pomegranate, or it's like a bunch of juice around the seeds and it's all in here, but it's very sour tasting. So I didn't pick any of those because they're not ripe, but you betcha when September comes, I will definitely be back to have a quick snack. Look at that. This is called a wheel bug because the back kind of looks like a wheel. Pretty sweet, huh? Mushrooms. And there's some more over here and there, and some more coming up over there. Okay, so just figured out what these mushrooms are. Apparently they're called meadow mushrooms, and they're closely related to the button mushrooms that you find in the store. Booyah! All right, more mushrooms. Look at this. You got a big one right in these rose bushes, and then look at all these little cup fungi. Bum bum bum. Bananas, papaya. Okay, so here is a really cool plant. This is in the pea family, and this is called the sensitive plant because when you touch it, the leaves curl up like that. How cool is that?